All countries have citizens who love one another and their nation. What Black consciousness gave its adherents was a deep sense of human connectedness and the awareness of the individual's capacity for change based on self-knowledge and pride in the preservation of the dignity of all men and women. This gift is one that still helps people today find a way to live in peace in a country where so many have so little in the midst of abundant material wealth for a few. Self-worth is what many South Africans have continued to bank on, despite the attempts by some, in both business and government, to bankrupt their country. That this sense of self-worth survived the brutal psychosocial onslaught of the apartheid era is part of the legacy of Black consciousness. South Africans, like people all over the world, tend to idealize people who commit great acts of courage. We attribute to our heroes and heroines traits that we convince ourselves are unavailable to us. Our heroes therefore seem larger than life, and it is easy to turn them into legends. The problem with this is that it creates distance between us and those we admire, which can make us think that it must be difficult to follow their lead. This distance can create an excuse for us not to live courageously. We may not all have access to the examples set by some of the most courageous people walking this planet, but we can overcome the distance between us and them every time we share in their documented wisdom. This will allow us to internalize the spirit of freedom expressed most loudly on 16 June 1976. There is an obligation on all of us to make their story part of our and our children's consciousness. When we do this, we will discover that these Black consciousness leaders are just like us. The young people behind the BCM were ordinary people, most of whom came from humble beginnings. They were not perfect and had faults, weaknesses, and personal struggles, as we all do.